And welcome back, everybody. We're back down inside the Inca Temple slash Nether portal, whatever. Um, Pretty much where we were when we left off in the last one. Only real difference is I added some pillars here. But let's jump right into this. I want to try to keep this to a two-part tutorial here, or episode. So we're just going to kind of get into it. And a lot of this is just going to assume you have basics of redstone understanding, and we'll go into a little bit depth when we get into the secret door, just because I put in a couple switches in there. For right here, this is where the lava is going to go. So go ahead and go up 2 blocks. Ooh, nope, can't make it. Figures. Alright, and I already got the dispensers there. So start with the one lined up on the wall, and of course I put it in there wrong. And go every other one. And I don't know why placing that one made me lose 2. That was kind of odd. Let's try that again. There we go. Alright. Okay. And there is a cave area below this, so that's why you hear the zombie. And I turned the sound back up, and I probably shouldn't have. Alright, and I probably shouldn't have done that yet. Grab some lava here. Set them inside our... Yeah, we could put them inside our dispensers for now. Shouldn't hurt anything if we activate it by accident. Now we'll need to get above it and set up some redstone wiring here. Alright everybody, sorry about that cutaway. Let's go ahead and get this redstone wiring set up for the dispensers here. Nothing too complicated with this. This is where the fire is going to end up being. So hence our button. This middle is where the nether rack is going to be. Our button needs to sit back a block behind that. Can't have it directly behind it because the fire takes up a block space. So set it up there, and I think this is where we're going to be. Yep, so I'm going to use chiseled netherrack for where the button's going to end up being. That's because that's a wall tile that I will be using. Need to have that there. Then we'll just run some redstone around. On the ground is fine, really. We can just run it straight across. Let's look how far we need to go with it before we start going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it starts going up. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Just to make sure I am going to punch out. We can always fill this in later. See yep, we're right where we need to be. Alright, good. Alright, and order to make it go up, we'll go ahead and actually probably be best to go up this way. Because right here we will need some redstone torches. We need quite a few of these, so we'll just start off with 7. I brought down a crafting table because we'll end up needing a bunch of repeaters and stuff later too, so can't do that without a crafting table, so I brought that down. So we'll go redstone torch and block above it. Oh yeah, figures. Bastards. Alright. Then I believe we're going to need 2 more for this. That's just an easy way to run. Oh, that's going to be another one. I knew it. Bastard. Alright. Try this again. And there's going to be more up here. I could hear them. Damn, there should be silverfish down this. We're not down that low. But there it is, so we'll deal with it. Alright. That should work, and the reason why I know it's that high is because we need our redstone power is going to have to be on up here for these dispensers, so that should be the correct our dispenser should be right out there. Yep, I can see the bottom of it now, so that's good. Alright, for now we'll plug that hole up. Don't forget to unplug it. We'll need it, access to it at some point. Alright, that looks like that's it. Grab some... What I did was I put glowstone in between. I believe... Oops. I was able to run redstone on top of that, correct? Yep, okay. Put one right there as well. Just right in between all these. Oops. There we go. Now all our lava should be humping out there. And should be. I feel safe in covering this up. I know I probably shouldn't, but I don't want to come back up here if I don't have to. So we will go ahead and just fill this in, seal this up. Should be good to go. said, there's nothing too tricky about this, so not too concerned about something failing. Don't need any repeaters up here because that redstone torch. Can try to hopefully buzz right through this. All this dead silence I have, I may just be fast forwarding. We'll see how it goes. Oh, and I do need a repeater here because we don't want the signal to come backwards. Alright, I believe that's what I did. No signal coming backwards. Let's make sure our lava should be on. Yep. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and make us a repeater. The stone. What is the recipe for a repeater? I think I know this, but we'll look at it anyways. There it is. Okay. Oops. Real stone, not cobblestone. There we go. Alright. There we go. No delay on it. No, so we can just go straight with it, and let's grab a button. And it didn't sound like it worked. You know why? Because I messed that up. Yeah, I messed that up. What happened here is this redstone torch, you probably caught it before I did, needs to be up here. And let's just double check. Make sure, where'd my torches go? Make sure in fact that is what caused it. It should be. And then my redstone, not my saber, my redstone should, yeah, no, that's it. So I won't be able to see it from back there. Right, let's try this again. See what happens when you're confident about sealing stuff up. Alright, let's try this again, which means I didn't need that repeater because this redstone signal won't come back across. So, lava's not going now because I shut it off when I triggered it. Alright, appears to be functional. We'll let it come down and then we'll shut it off just to double check and make sure it's going to work. Alright, one more time. Cool. Alright. So that's functional. So yeah, now we can go ahead and seal this up. I'll leave a torch. No, I don't need a torch. There's not enough room for something to spawn in here. So we don't need to worry about covering that up. Careful not to cut I better leave a torch in here just in case. Don't put a block right there because you don't want to, you'll cut off your redstone signal. But we can go like this the rest of the way out. Alright. And just to finish this section off, for the most part, I'm still going to put in my chiseled brick there, but we'll throw that in there. Alright, so the lava wall is done. Give me a second, let me make sure I've got everything together, and we will continue on making our secret door. Alright everybody, I wanted to bring you here to my test world, or one of my test worlds, and I want to show you the inner workings of the secret door before we get too crammed in there. It's going to get a little cramped in there, it might be a little hard for me to explain what's going on, but I will as we move along. I just wanted you to see there's quite a bit actually going on with this, but you're going to need a decent amount of repeaters. You probably don't need all these repeaters right here that we have. That's going to be up to you how much of a delay you want on the door. These are all set to 3-tick delays, so let me show you here. We'll just kind of work it, and this kind of just gives you the idea of working back. Hit the button, bam, the door's open, they shut. All right, so you can see it in action here. When we hit the button here, it's going to go out here, hit an RS NOR latch is what this is called. All right, this is always on. When we hit the button, it's going to trigger this. If you don't know what an RS NOR latch is, it's going to trigger this, shut this redstone off, which means this signal is no longer going to be active, which means this is going to go ahead and light up. All right, by lighting this up, the signal is going to come back around and light these up. This is what activates our pistons in here. All right, I did this because we needed some delay on the pistons because we got pistons on this side and then we got a couple on the other side. So these had to be delayed so we didn't lose the quartz blocks as it pulled it through. All right, and we'll explain, I'll show you that. You'll get a better understanding once we get into it. Okay, and then once that happens, the signal then comes around up here, and it goes two ways. All right, here's where it hits all this is the delay in order to time out the door before it shuts out again. All right, but it comes up this way with no delay, goes around to the other side of the entrance, hooks up to another repeater and redstone light. We need this redstone lit. That's why I put it here instead of just running straight redstone, is because we need it lit because these pistons that are on the other side of the door, we need them extended under normal circumstances, so that way it keeps these blocks here, those are the ones that force these blocks outward flush with the rest of the wall. And then once the timing mechanism is done, I'll see if I can't push the button and you can see the way this runs here. Alright, and then it comes back around and re-triggers it. So once this timing's done, you can change this timing. You can add more if you want more timing, alter the ticks, whatever you want to do. But right here is the pressure plate. So what this does is it will override the timing mechanism. I've just got straight redstone underneath here that comes up and out here and hits this repeater because the signal started to get weak. Plus we didn't want this signal to come backwards into the system. So that was the main purpose of this. So once you step on the pressure plate, the signal comes out and goes down, and no matter where the timing's at in here, the timing could be halfway through, but this will come around and shut the switch. It'll reverse the switch, automatically shutting the door for us. See how that goes? All right, so let's see if we can do this fast enough here so you can see exactly what's going on when we hit that. Let's see how it shot through before. It was kind of hard to tell, but that's the premise of it. So it's relatively easy, a little complicated. Like I said, you don't necessarily need all these repeaters. I think in my actual world, I think I only put 5 repeaters here, so I took 2 out. I mean, it was still plenty of time. But do what you want, but we're going to need a decent amount of space inside the walls and to do this. But we're going to need at least, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, and those repeaters aren't even necessary either. Those were all part of my original timing mechanism. I had a big full circle in here originally before I put in the cutoff switch. But so you probably don't need those, but you need 4, 5, 6. You probably need at least 10 or 11 repeaters. So, all right, with that, let's go ahead and head back to our real world and build this. Alright guys, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to go ahead and stop this episode a little short today. I got to the end after editing everything out, and I still couldn't make it any shorter than a 50-minute long episode. So I figured this would be a good place to stop. We'll split it up into 3 parts, and figured this would be a good place, give you a little bit of teaser to see what we're going to do in the third part. I'm already done with the entire thing. All I got to do is render part 3 and upload it. So we'll give it a couple days and then upload that. So in the meantime, enjoy this one. Remember to rate, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think and if there's anything you want to see in the future. Thanks a lot.